It's Memorial Day, a day that we remember those that died in battle, from the Revolutionary War to the current wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Chris Hayes got a little controversy by saying he's uncomfortable with calling people who died in combat, killed in action, heroes. Some is taking out of context. This is what he said. I think it's interesting because I think it is very difficult to talk about the war dead and the fallen without invoking valor, without invoking the words heroes. Why do I feel so uncomfortable about the word hero? I feel uncomfortable about the word because it seems to me that it is so rhetorically proximate to justifications for more war. And I don't want to obviously desecrate or disrespect many of the memory of anyone who's fallen, and obviously there are individual circumstances in which there is genuine tremendous heroism, hail of gunfire, rescuing fellow soldiers, and things like that. But it seems to me that we marshal this world in a way that's problematic. But maybe I'm wrong about that. On some points, I agree with them. I agree with him, but I believe on this day, everyone who dies defending their country are heroic. They don't have to do that. We don't have a draft. Yes, there are many different reasons why people join the military as a job, for money, to help their family out, and patriotism. But the thing is, on this Memorial Day, the people who I won't honor Blackwater. I won't honor mercenaries who basically fight for profit and have on record committed atrocities. Shooting unarmed people. One was actually drunk and shot the bodyguard of I think the Iraqi vice president. I will not honor the war profiteers at Halliburton and Blackwater and other groups. I will not honor the politicians who have always sent young men into combat while their families were safe at prestigious schools. I will not honor Bush. I will not honor Rumsfeld or Cheney. Those who had a plan to go into Iraq even before 9/11, and who misled and rushed and had no plan for after Saddam fell. In a way, they're almost as culpable in the deaths of our brave men and women as Iraqi insurgents. The thing is, war should be a last resort. War should only be used when it's necessary. I believe the Civil War was a just war. World War II was a just war. The Revolutionary War, fighting tyranny, fighting for the rights, I believe that was a just war. And it obeyed the rules of warfare, more or less, limiting civilian deaths. World War I, for all the evil of it, almost a good percentage of the deaths were in the trenches, were soldiers. But starting with World War II, civilians, collateral damage. Vietnam was not a just war. I mean, the three wars that I think are unjust. The Mexican-American War, it was a land grab. Maybe there's five. The Spanish-American War, there was also a land grab. And the sinking of the Maine was used, just like 9/11, to justify the Spanish-American War and the Iraq War. World War I was basically about power and land. World War I was a pointless war, full of propaganda, and it really had no point. And the Treaty of Versailles can lead directly to the problems we have in Palestine. The problems we have in Iraq. We basically carved out nations, incorporating many ethnic groups that didn't really get along. Vietnam, the domino theory. Ho Chi Minh was more of a nationalist than a communist. He was a communist, he was a Marxist, but he was more of a nationalist. And I really don't believe that the domino theory would have taken effect. Also, with Vietnam, all the shadow wars in Africa, in South America, in Central America. Heck, we have a school where we teach. I don't know if we teach it anymore, but we taught people to torture. We taught people to kill. We taught people to rape. War should only be used when absolutely necessary. And we get a jingoistic, we glorify war. War is hell. War is not something for glory. It always has been, though. To time eternal, it was for land, power, and glory. We may think we're more civilized, but what's happening in the Middle East is more about oil and power than it is about any humanitarian reasons. And I do believe that the engagement in Yugoslavia was necessary because we were trying to prevent a genocide. But on the same hand, at the same time, we didn't go into Rwanda, and how many people were killed in Rwanda? So, on this Memorial Day, honor and respect those that lost, those that died protecting their fellow soldier, their fellow comrades in arms. You can honor the troops and still say the war is pointless. We don't dishonor the troops because they fought, and they fight brave in the situation that they have. But to say that they died defending our country really wasn't in any threat by Iraq. After we dealt with Al-Qaeda, we weren't actually being threatened by Afghanistan. And like I said, the chicken hawks are, I believe, as culpable in the deaths as the enemy. But there's also one other thing. One other that I will remember, memorialize this day, or liberty, or high ground, if we ever had any high ground to begin with. The fact that we are a nation that now tortures. That we have almost become as bad as the enemy we are fighting. But when liberals criticize the troops, I can't stand with that. You can love the troops while hating the war. Conservatives say you can't. You can't separate the two. War is not glory. War is not good. War is not Christian. We do not fight wars the way the world does as Christians, but we do. God bless you, the families of those that lost soldiers. And God bless the soldiers who died protecting their fellow soldier. And may God be with your soul and bring you to repentance, those that profit off of this war. May God have mercy on Blackwater and Halliburton. May God have mercy on George Bush, Rumsfeld, and Cheney. And may God have mercy on us as a nation. God bless.